Hello everyone, I am Rahma Ibrahim Dusra and welcome to Standard Voice Television News. Here are your top stories for today. Malaria prevention, Zamfara State distributes 3.1 million insecticide-treated nets. The presidency notes the resolution of the Senate calling on the service chief to resign. Mago lists presidential villa, FIRS and others who purchased recovered vehicles. And on business, Google launches Think with Google in Sub-Saharan Africa. And on the international scene, President Buhari received briefing from ex-President Jonathan to confer with other ECOWAS leaders on Mali crisis. And here are the news in full. Zamfara State government has commenced the distribution of 3.1 million treated insecticide nets, ITN and seasonal malaria chemo prevention SMC campaign to eliminate malaria in the state. The State Commissioner of Health, Alhaji Yahya Muhammad Kanuma, made the disclosure in Gusau on Tuesday during a media parley. The State Health Commissioner said the state government, with support from the U.S. President's Malaria Initiative, USPMI, has commenced the process of the 2020 Integrated ITN and SMC campaign in the state to rid the state of malaria. A total of 3.1 million treated mosquito nets will be distributed to the people of Zamfara State free of charge through mass campaign as part of efforts to eliminate malaria in Zamfara State. The Zamfara State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC has purchased over 1,000 rams and 200 cows to be distributed to its members ahead of the Eid al-Kabir celebration. Alhaji Lawal Liman, the state APC chairman, disclosed this to the newsmen on Tuesday in Gusau. Alhaji Liman said that the rams and cows were donated to the state chapter of the party by a former governor of the state, Alhaji Abdul Aziz Yari Abubakar. According to him, the gesture is in line with the party's commitment to assist various categories of the needy, to celebrate the festivity without stress. He said that 70 rams were donated to each of the 14 local government areas of the state, while other beneficiaries comprise state executives, party elders and other stakeholders in the state. Following his shocking allegations at the investigative hearing Monday, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Bajabiamila, has given the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Godwill Akpabio, 48 hours to unravel the lawmakers who he alleged received contracts from the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC). While fielding questions from members of the House Committee on the NDDC, Akpabio shocked many listeners when he replied and alleged that 60% of the contracts being awarded by the Commission was given to the National Assembly members. The Speaker, while addressing the House on Tuesday, declared that he had never received any NDDC contract before. He said this is his 5th term in the National Assembly, but he never for once collected anything from the NDDC. The Speaker said is speaking for a great majority of members of the House, a great majority, and because of that, he is going to take the allegation and accusation very seriously. He said he has given Minister Akpabio 24 to 48 hours to publish the names, the contracts who given, the dates, because such things are supposed to be documented. The presidency says President Muhammadu Buhari has noted the resolution of the Senate calling on the service chiefs to resign. Mr. Femi Adesina, the special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, stated this in a statement in Abuja on Tuesday. He assured that the President will do what is in the best interest of the country at all times. The Senate had on Tuesday adopted a resolution calling on the service chiefs to resign or be sacked due to the protracted insecurity in the country. Adesina, however, said, the presidency notes the resolution and reiterates that appointment or sack of service chiefs is a presidential prerogative, and President Muhammadu Buhari, in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, will do what is in the best interest of the country at all times. The presidency wishes to state that the problem of insecurity in southern Kaduna State is more complicated than many people are willing to admit. From available records, southern Kaduna enjoys comprehensive security deployments, including the Army Special Forces of both the Army and the Air Force. surveillance aircraft by the Air Force and mobile police units that are on the ground on a 24-hour basis to forestall criminality and keep the peace. But unlike other parts of the country, the problem of southern Kaduna is more complicated than many other critics are ready to acknowledge and understand. From available security records, the problem in southern Kaduna is an evil combination of politically motivated banditry, revenge killing, and mutual violence by criminal gang acting on ethnic and religious ground. It is a situation in which one criminal group will kill a member of another criminal group out of ethnic and religious motivation, which in return leads to the eruption of revenge and counter-revenge, thereby making the job of the insecurity personnel deployed to protect lives more difficult. It is noted that revenge and counter-revenge only creates a cycle of violence, thereby making everyone else unsafe, especially innocent people. The Nigerian government said it has concluded plans to carry out COVID-19 tests for 5 million Nigerian farmers across different regions in the country. This was disclosed by the Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Alhaji Sabo Nanunu, on Tuesday while delivering his keynote speech on the theme. Technological interventions in mitigating impact on COVID-19 during a virtual meeting with major players in the sector. He announced that plans are in place to test 5 million Nigerian farmers as part of Mr. President's mandate for farming inhibiting food production. The minister did not disclose the plans for a country that has tested less than 3,000 people for COVID-19 since February, when it had its index case. An earlier announcement by the Health Minister, Dr. Osagi Ehanire, for the country to test 2 million people in 3 months could not be achieved. On Tuesday, Alhaji Nanunu highlighted some of the major roles biotechnology has played in achieving food security, adding that modern biotechnology is a crucial tool in drive to produce plants and animals that possess traits capable of enhancing humanity's capacity to secure its food system. Senior Special Assistant Media and Publicity to President Muhammadu Buhari, Malam Garba Shehu, has reacted to the revelation made by the publisher of Sahara Reporters, Omoyele Sowore, on what transpired between he, Sowore, and prominent Nigerians who visited him when he was detained by the Department of the State Service in Abuja. Mr. Sowore was illegally detained for 4 months by the government on trumped-up charges, despite court's ruling ordering the release of the rights advocate. Mr. Sowore, in an interview, revealed how the late Isa Funtua Shehu and others visited him in detention. He said they wanted him to renounce his stand on the Revolution Now movement in exchange for his freedom from the detention of the DSS. Mr. Sowore said after spending 2 weeks in DSS detention in 2019, one afternoon he was called downstairs. Upon reaching the office of the 2 senior DSS officers, he was accompanied to the office of the Director of Operations. The suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, has revealed that some of the cars and properties for which he is standing trial for their alleged mismanagement were bought off by the presidential villa and other ministries and agencies of the government. Magu revealed this in a letter addressed to the Justice Ayo Salami-led panel titled Alleged Case of Conspiracy, Enrichment, Abuse of Public Office and Other Infractions, where he explained what happened to some of the vehicles recovered by the EFCC under his watch. According to him, the Presidential Villa, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, as well as the Federal Inland Revenue Service, are some of the government establishments that benefited from the vehicle sales. The suspended EFCC boss added that some of these agencies had not paid for the vehicles, but there was an arrangement in place for the money to be deducted from the financial allocation. On allocation of vehicles to some government agencies through special auction with presidential approval, the beneficiary agencies are the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, of which the valued price is to be debited from their allocation, State House, National Commission for Refugees and Displaced Persons, Federal Inland Revenue Service, and National Directorate of Employment. Mago's revolution is a response to the Special Investigative Panel's request for him to explain how some of the vehicles and houses recovered by EFCC were auctioned, as well as his inability to account for the interest accrued on the 550 billion naira recovered funds. And on business, Google on Tuesday said it had launched its sub-Saharan African website, thinkwithgoogle.com/SSA, to help marketers on the continent get the locally relevant insights they need. Asha Patel, head Google SMB Marketing, Sub-Saharan Africa, made this known in a statement. According to her, Think with Google Sub-Saharan Africa works alongside marketers and business leaders as they deal with the challenges of a rapidly changing marketplace. Think with Google is a resource hub for marketers across the globe and houses a number of international sites with information targeted specifically for marketers in those areas including Asia Pacific, Benelux, Middle East, North Africa, and now Sub-Saharan Africa. Patel said it provided data, a deeper understanding and perspectives specifically crafted for marketers and business people in the region. According to her, Think with Google features insight and case studies from African organizations and marketers working with Google. And on the international scene, President Muhammadu Buhari will consult with key leaders of ECOWAS countries in order to find a solution to the crisis-rocking Republic of Mali. The president made the pledge on Tuesday while receiving reports from ECOWAS Special Envoy to Mali, former President Goodluck Jonathan. The former president was at State House, Abuja, in company of President of ECOWAS Commission, Mr. Jean-Claude Cassi-Brou. President Buhari said they will ask the president of Niger, who is the chairman of ECOWAS, to brief them as a group so that they will then know the way forward. And that's the news for today. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Malaria prevention, Zamfara State distributes 3.1 million insecticide-treated nets. The presidency notes the resolution of the Senate calling on the service chief to resign. Mago leads presidential villa, FIRS, and others who purchased recovered vehicles. And on business, Google launches Think with Google in Sub-Saharan Africa. And on the international scene, President Buhari received briefing from ex-President Jonathan to confer with other ECOWAS leaders on Mali crisis. On behalf of our hardworking and recommendable duty editors who help us in the compilation of today's news, Malam Ibrahim Garbatino, I am Rahama Ibrahim Jusara. Have a nice day.